Hey guys, AniCrunch here, and we're back with Not Me, episode 5. I haven't got much time, so we're going to have to jump into this. But yeah, so far Not Me's been on a very, very joyful watch. At the moment, like, Thousand Stars and Not Me, I keep switching which one's my favourite every time I watch an episode, because they keep increasingly getting better and better, and that's what I like to see on the TV shows, like every episode. I'm more and more impressed with it. But yeah, we'll jump into it. So guys, if you enjoyed the reaction, leave a let's go. Let's jump into this. 3, 2, 1, play.
พันกับยูจีนแฟนสาวของแบ็ค
Are they dating? Did they kiss? Wait, I can't
ห
remember
รือ
if they
ที่
did.
ร้ายไปกว่านั้นสองคนนั้นอาจจะร่วมมือกันหักหลังแบ็ค
Seems to be more comfort in there. Could be dating though, never know. Always asking where he is. Todd! Todd the sus. Look at that smile. He's like, I got you in my palms.
แกมอาจจะเป็นคนทำลาย
ไม่น่าพลาดกับเรื่องแค่เนี้ยมันน่าจะมีอะไรมากกว่านี้เว้ย
Why? He's got such evil vibes now.
เคยเจออะไรมาบน
Even his outfit change. I wish there was more time every day. It's like I keep socializing, so I keep running out of time. Why do I have to be friendly with people? Whew. The jealousy. Oh god, they need a new bed. The squeakiness.
อะไรวะ
I just woke up. I love how White's getting so invested in it. It's great.
รอบหน้าเนี่ยแต่ก็แปลกดีเนาะไอ้แบ็คมันก็อยู่กับเธอได้นะ
I feel like he has more reason to dislike Black.
เนี่ยเลยให้มาอยู่ที่เนี่ยแต่เราจัดการเอง
โอเครถมาแล้วเดี๋ยวเราไปกันนะ
กลับดี
Mate, fuck it. That Uber service, though.
ถ้ามีปัญหาอีกอ่ะหนี
You know what? I keep saying it, but I just love how chilled the music is in this show. Like, they did a good job, whoever did.
พี่ของมึงเหรอห่วงมากนะเหรอพี่ของกูของกู
Oh, we're getting on the bed. Yep, there we go. Yep, on top. I just imagine the director behind the screen like, yes, activate the cuteness. He must be so confused. He's just like, why is Black like this? What happened? He's so different. I like how the music sort of like sounds like a heartbeat at the same time. That's pretty cool with the drum.
อ๋อ
Ooh.
ควิกครั้งที่แล้ว
ฉันได้คะแนนเต็มอ่ะเนี่ย
Monopolies are so bad.
ว่าฉันเขียนอะไรลงไปพอฉันบอกไปเท่านั้นแหละ
Just because then you can do whatever you want. Especially in like bigger countries when you like say with internet providers you only just have one internet provider. It's just like they can do what they want.
มันก็มีกฎหมายคุ้มครองเรื่องทรัพย์สินทางปัญญาอยู่แล้ว ถ้ามึงจะเล่นประเด็นเนี้ยก็ตอบได้
กูไม่คุยกับมึงละแล้วมึงอ่ะได้คะแนนเท่าไหร่
Fair argument. It's like, yeah, no. Obviously, monopolizing. Yeah, if they can mass produce it at a high quality because of machines and money, you want the sort of the small businesses have a chance to ever get to that size. That's why I guess it's not the government for funding small businesses, but I guess the government could. Like, take our banks over here. Lloyd Bank got too big, so the government forced them to sell off branches and give it to other banks to even out the playing field. Because having a monopoly is really bad. Like, if you could just take simple things like let's take it the PlayStation Xbox thing. If just Xbox during that when Xbox One were coming out, if they were the only gaming company, some of the stuff they were doing was really bad for the consumer, and they would have got away with it. But there was another option for you to go for. But with this, it's like, yeah, with smaller businesses, how can they compete with the conglomerates already out there? And I guess it's just you just have to put laws in place because there's copyright laws as well, so you can't just take it. There's so many laws in place to help the big businesses. Yeah, you'd have to do something just you stop them monopolising, but then you have to do it all by case by case. It's like, oh, never an easy answer, is there?
แล้วมึงตอบแบบไหนแบบกู
Capitalism.
หรือว่าแบบไอ้นุช
I love politics. So fun. There's just so many different opinions and options and just like things, ways you can look at stuff.
ว่ากูไปดีกว่าเถียงกับอีแกมมาทั้งวันละ
It's like an optical illusion. Like you could look at different angles and get different experiences from the way you look at it. It's like that's how I find like politics. One way you could look at it as a square, another way it could be a triangle. It's just like.
ลงไปอีกนิดนึงมาเดี๋ยวกูดันหลังให้
Mate, look at them doing their stretches. Oh.
มึงจะร้องอะไรนักหนาวะกูดันนิดเดียวเองก็กูเจ็บอะ
That's a man who's worked at a desk all his life. And the sound effect. It's not that bad. It's dead satisfying that when your back just goes clack.
มาพวกมึงมารีเฟรชกันหน่อยจำ
It's sponsorship. I love the sponsorship scenes. They always make me laugh. This is where they're all going to get super energized like they did in Bad Bunny when it looked like we just had like lace with cocaine in it. Ooh.
พวกมึงพร้อมไหมตามกูมา
Oh.
ลุย
I'm sure I just started dancing like, ooh. I've seen it Bad Bunny. That killed me.
มาพวกมึงมาโดนพวกมึงมา
Slow move. Sometimes we think it's cool.
โดน
Don't know what it's
ดี
talking.
มากไป
Surprisingly, this takes quite a bit of training. Like, if you guys watch Tom Scott's video on parkour, it just shows how hard it is for a novice to do this, and it's just like such an interest. It's so interesting to get it right first time anyway with style. You can tell they're on a harness. There must be, just in case. Maybe not. Yeah, it looks like they're on a harness gliding. That's a terrifying, like, big jump. He actually made that look quite good. They're still actually jumping.
ความกล้า ความกลัว ผมรู้สึกว่าสองสิ่งนี้อยู่ขั้วตรงข้ามกัน แต่ขาดออกจากกันไม่ได้
Well, yeah, if you can't be brave, if you're not scared of stuff, it's true.
และหากเรากล้าโดยปราศจากความกลัว มันก็อาจจะเหมือนระเบิดที่ไร้ทิศทาง สายตาของคนที่ก้าวพ้นความกลัว มันทำให้ผมรู้สึกอุ่นใจขึ้นอย่างประหลาด
I'm sure they'd be massively ahead,
แต่
man.
ในเวลานั้นเอ
I
ง
guess they all
ผม
waited.
ก็รู้ว่า ถ้าเขาเป็นความกล้า ผมเองต้องเป็นความกลัว เพื่อให้สิ่งที่เรามุ่งหมายร่วมกัน
I'm sure it's just looking at him.
และเขาต้องการ
ลงไปนอนข้างล่าง
Oh, has he got the masked man as a shirt? No, no, I thought it was the masked man. Masked guy. It was just a skeleton. That was a nice scene, I like that. Oh, look at that swaggy walk. Look at them.
จะถึงวันบุกโรงงานแล้วเนี่ย ไอ้ชอนไม่พูดเรื่องแผนเลยเหรอวะ
เดี๋ยวถึงเวลามันก็บอกมึงเองแหละ
Next one, let's go. How he's only got 1 million views is beyond me. I guess people watch on other stuff though, other platforms. I wonder what their main platform for views are actually now that I think about it. Quite interesting. How I feel every day when I get home.
ที่ซ้อมหนักก่อนอื่นมึงต้องมองให้เห็นก่อนว่ากฎหมายป้องกันการค้าผูกขาดมันใช้งานไม่ได้จริงเว้ยถ้าต่างประเทศอย่างมันไม่ได้เลยนะถ้าปล่อยให้ธุรกิจใดธุรกิจหนึ่งมีอำนาจเหนือตลาดมันจะทำอะไรก็ได้มันจะเอาอะไรมาขายหรือตั้งราคาแพงๆคนก็ไม่มีทางเลื
Yeah,
อก
that's true.
คนมันก็ต้องซื้อเพราะมันไม่มีคู่แข่งทีนี้มึงเข้าใจ
See, that's the big internet debate in America, innit? 'Cause only most places only have one service provider. Luckily in the UK we have like 10, so if one's being a dick, you can just switch.
กฎหมายมันไม่เอื้อ
ข้อนี้กูว่าก้ำกึ่งอะแล้วแต่คนจะคิดยังไง บ้านเราเป็นทุนนิยมไง และกฎหมายเนี่ยก็มีไว้เพื่อควบคุมมาตรฐานของสินค้าด้วยส่วนหนึ่ง
ก็มันหัวกันไงมึงทั้งกลุ่มทุนทั้งคนออกกฎหมายมึงงงอะไรวะ
มึงใจเย็นก่อนนะ ถ้าไอ้ทวีอะมันทำตามทุกอย่างที่กฎหมายเขียนไว้ มันก็ไม่มีความผิดในแง่นิติศาสตร์ แต่ในแง่ศีลธรรมและ
But
ควา
when
ม
it
ยุ
comes
ติธร
to
รม
moral injustice,
พวกเราต้องพิสูจน์ให้สังคมตัดสิน
yeah. It's like people how they can get around using tax evasion skills. They're not breaking the law because they know exactly what the loopholes to go through, but morally, it's like...
งั้นเอางี้มึงอ่านอะไรของมึงไปก่อนแล้วกัน กูไปหาอะไรให้มึงกินก่อน เพื่อมีอะไรที่ทำให้มึงเข้าใจกูง่ายขึ้น
Like I say, as much as you could blame the big businesses for taking advantage of the laws, at the end of the day, it's still the government officials that make it, and the ones taking the bribes from the big companies. And there's so many loopholes as well, like companies threaten to move out and stuff like that, and thousands of jobs are lost after they don't get their way, and it's just all sorts of stuff. So many variables go into these. Corruption, lawmaking, politics that people believe in, being like, what side you on, it's just like, it's very interesting. Who's funding you?
แต่จริงๆแล้วมันเป็นคนดีนะเว้ย ถ้าเพื่อนมันจะชอบอะคงไม่แปลกหรอก
Like I say, I still keep on thinking that he's just keeping himself distance for a reason. Like I say, Black seems like a guy who's very focused on his goal, what he needs to succeed, or his version of justice, so we'll see. He's literally chasing his love. Cute. He found his master man.
ดูหน้าเอาชื่อจริงดิคุณจะอยากรู้ไปทำไม
Ooh, man put the hand. Ooh. Man's making his moves, the flirt. I was going to say, the guy was going to punch. The bait.
ช่วยจังวะ แต่เสียใจด้วยนะ รอบนี้ผมไวกว่า
Oh!
เชี่ยตำรวจ
Shit, he's a cop. Unexpected twist. Oh, it'd be all them because they called him because he called Graham to. They need to interrogate him to see what's up. He's being weird. This is just the crew. Nice ending though. I feel like that's the crew. That's Graham, Sean, and Gramp. That's I keep calling him Graham. I don't know why I keep calling him Graham. Gam, Sean, and Gramp. I think they're the ones who just took him on. The three of them make sense, and they're a bit sus about him. So that is my theory on that one. Overall, I haven't got much time because I do literally need to record another video after this, and I've got work straight after. But fantastic episode. I really enjoyed the pacing of that one. I think we've got a nice little bit of twists and turns. The whole Gam and Black thing was unexpected. They're just doing a good job with it. Like the storytelling and pacing is really, really good. Say, like, remember the first episode when the pacing was like uber, to now where it's like actually very, very good pacing for a show. No, I look forward to see how they're going to keep continuing the story. Like, I just want to learn more about Black, to be fair. Even though, like, 5 episodes in, I still want to learn about him. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do with his character. The government and politics stuff is definitely getting a lot more fun as we go forward. And I look forward to see we'll get more of that. Making them law students was actually pretty... Or political students was a really good idea to get to know the sort of political situation. Hearing people's thoughts and different arguments to put forward is quite interesting as well. So it just adds a new layer to the show. Very exciting time. I'm liking all the characters as well. They're all growing on me. I think it's got a very strong side cast of characters. I know we've obviously got the mysterious guy being a cop. I'm curious where they're going to take that plot line. Obviously, if he knows they're the ones behind the fire, so there's more to it. And being in that sort of position gives you a bit more leeway to do what your stuff is. So I'm curious to see what they're going to do there. But yeah, guys, we're going to check the page on comments quickly. Cynthia Port. The sort of cliffhanger and all the different questions being raised this episode led me to binge watch the rest of the series. Finished it in less than 3 days. That was the last episode of cliffhanger. They're doing a good job with cliffhangers. Like, I'm interested to go to the next bit. What really intrigues me was Sean, as you pointed out. Clearly something personal happened with him and Ty. Even Gramp says so after Sean tells the group that the mission he wants. Also, the flashback with Black definitely gives us a bit more about Sean's relationship with him and why he's so hostile to White. Not the moment he sees him in this first episode. It must be really confusing for him to see White as Black is acting so differently, at least while still trying to keep the asshole person towards Sean, mainly in a way he talks to him, but his actions definitely show he might care about Sean. Both factors are really good in this dynamic, and I can't wait to see your reaction to that. That's actually a really good point. The actors do a very good job at showing the confusion, especially Sean's actor showing the confusion, because this is quite an interesting dynamic, because obviously it's the same actor, but he is acting really good, like that whole confusion. It seems like you can tell he's always thinking, like every action White does, and I think that's really cool. The whole class about impunity was really interesting for the plot of the series, but also more context about Thailand. Maybe they decide to explain more for foreign viewers too, like someone commented the series more prompted outside of Thailand. Your suspicion of Todd grew when you realise how rich he is funny, but yeah, the context of the show, it definitely seems sus that he's loaded. Yeah, no, that whole... Todd seems to care about Black, but I'm so sus about what he wants. And then he was really pushing the whole, like... White to think that Graham's there's something wrong with Graham just coming up with, but he's trying to reinforce his sort of opinion, but without like showing that he's picking his side there. He was like sort of reinforcing it, but stepping back and making it too obvious. I thought that was interesting. The fact the gang uses children's games to decide their next mission is pretty funny, and at the end with Eugene and Graham, the plot thickens. What are they up to? Well, can't wait for next week. I may start Tales of 1000 Star next, but I'm currently watching Together for the series. Fun watch with some good romantic moments. Maybe I'll watch 1000 Stars when I finish. I'm kind of tiny bit addicted to the time dramas. I love how... Well, I just find it great as if you go through the same phase I am. We both started Bad Buddy, and now we're just like watching two. I'm watching two, you're watching a few. It's quite funny. I've heard it Together. One keeps popping up a lot in my YouTube comments. I'm quite curious. Nothing better than they're just such easy watches. Like, they're just easy, fun watches, and that's what I love about them. Like, a lot of shows, it feels like nowadays it's like you got to keep track of 100 plots, and then they go on for like 50 seasons. Just the fact that I can just jump into a show, know it's only a season long, and then just like enjoy it for what is that story while being quite chilled. And yeah, pretty well written, to be fair, some of them. So, well, they've been pretty well written so far, I should say, actually. I love this Megaport. I love this episode. Really flexes some of the mystery as to who Black was and some people he knew. I love how you can see glimpses of him in the video in the flashback, little seeds being planted on his beliefs and codes. And I like how you pointed out your thoughts about how Black was maybe distancing himself. That was a really cool observation. I'm a sucker for mystery, and does this episode truly likes one bit? Yeah, no, I definitely like how they're making Black quite mysterious. Like, thing, just because from the short flashback when we had Black as a kid, you could see how morally, like his morals. You know, he was talking about legality versus morality, and Black seems like a very moral justice person where he wants to take justice into his own hands, and he seems like someone who knows he's going to get people hurt, so he's like in the sort of work he's doing, so I could see him distance himself because of that reason. And he clearly does care, because the fact Graham cares about him, and maybe that's Graham knew him more, I'm guessing, before the biking and stuff, so more before he started taking things way more serious, I'm guessing. So maybe as the show goes on, when he obviously joined the gang, he's taking things more seriously and keep himself distant and just thinking about the mission. I'm curious to see where they're going to go with Black in that regard. You start to see more Sean now. I love seeing how he clearly feels anger and resentment towards White, but because he thinks he's back. But you can see he's struggling to hold that because he's seeing some of these nice things that White is doing, and I started to become more and more confused because the real Black would never do that. Plus, you can see in the past begin to surface in him crying in his sleep, and in lecture, White is picking up on that too. It's these little character moments I love to watch about the series, especially on rewatch. It's nice to pick up. That's one reason I like Fruit Baskets, for example, was like you can watch the show, and then once you've got all the context, when you rewatch the show, you just notice all the little character moments where when characters won't look a character in the eyes, or a character will look away because of a reason, and when you find out later, it's heartbreaking. This is doing that, and that's why I really love those moments where it's just like doing little moments, and it's like, oh god. So when you rewatch it, you could be like, when you know everything, you're like, oh fucking hell, that's brutal. But guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video.